Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again. I'm always coming to you telling you what I consider great news, great gospel, in hopes of exciting something within you, igniting a fire, a burning, a yearning, something that would move you from the direction that you're in if you're not considering love and compassion for everybody, all people. And if not, then to draw you to that vein, for in it lies the answer to not only their dreams, but yours as well. And so I ask myself periodically, do I have the right to share these things with you? Do I have the authority, or why should I take the privilege to do these things or to say these things? And yet I find myself perhaps admitting to you that maybe what I'm saying is not for you, but it's my story, and it's exciting enough for me to share it, to put it out there for any ears that might want to hear. Somebody might need it, somebody might want it, and so I don't want them to be denied it because I wouldn't, so I am. Here's the bottom line. For me, all people, all human beings require the same things, essentially, to survive in life. To me. And those resources that would be required to create and do these things and meet these needs are all here. And the skills and the knowledge and thereby is all here. And the evidence is that they've come together and they're doing it. So to me, that is a gift from humankind to itself. Humankind to itself. Humankind housing itself. Humankind protecting itself from anything. To me, that's what it's all about. And I know we have come up in an environment which has not attributed to us this thought process. And so we can't actually blame anybody because we haven't acquired it on our own. And even when some have come forward pronouncing that they have, it is such a complicated matter to others. And yet, that's okay. And nobody's at fault at that. No one is at fault at that. And that one who is true will be inspired to go beyond measures. That one would see themselves as a golden light in the valleys of darkness. And they would see light at the end of the tunnel. Knowing, and I'm speaking for me now, a lot of folks believe what Paul said, and I'm with all of those guys. Whatever they said, if it's true, it's fine with me. But I am not to live my life by the standards of Paul, no more than I'm supposed to live my life by the standards of you. You have a life to live, and your life is influenced by your evidence. We each do have a life to live. And we have the evidence to support the life that we have to live. And each life requires a different sway in the motion of the ocean to go forward. And yet every last one of them can go forward because it's all about the timing. And the timing, my friend, has to be set by the one who's editing the score. And so for me, I have been warned that if I allow the light to shine through me to represent the goodness as I see it, without causing harm or fear to anyone, then to have any avenger to attack my life, and if it was causing the end, it would be like waking up from a nightmare. This life, as wonderful as I see it, can be, in reality, is a nightmare to me. And I would be awakened from this nightmare to that dream that I would be so glad that somebody woke me into. Now, I'm not saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, that if you give your life to God, and which means to humankind, becoming a part of the body, and all of us together represents the body. You and I become together as the body, and we look after our body. We let no cancers, no systems outside of anything destroy or interrupt the harmony of our body. Not our bodies, our body. We are one body. Start seeing it. I know you've never seen it before, but I want you to start seeing this. We are one body. And anywhere there's suffering, that's suffering of the body. And it is the responsibility of the rest of the body to do everything it possibly can to make it easy again. It is our responsibility. And when we have done all we possibly can, when we have done all we possibly can, then it is the choice of the doctor who put us here, to determine whether we are to stay or whether we are to come into the new life. But it is the doctor. For we, the body, have done all we can. And when we do anything less than that, whatever influences us, I don't care, because many of us say we love God. And yet, though we love God, we find ourselves going along with the way things are. We don't want to rock the boat. We don't want to ruffle the waters. We don't want to do anything but complain. And we go to church on Sundays. Well, God knows, at least I know, that you mean well. I also know that meaning well is not good enough. In order to change this thing, you must change. I can tell you that. You must change in order to change this thing. Now, if you don't change, this thing won't change. And the statement across the waters would say, we don't want change. Now, why you don't want change is another thing. But to those out there, it doesn't really matter, because you make the statement you don't want change. So they know where your position is. Come here, grandbaby.
Huh?
Come here. This is my grandbaby. Let me see if I can pick up. Come here, grandbaby. Oh, jump! Oh, this is my grandbaby. This is my grandbaby. This is the kind of people that you and I are responsible. We're responsible for their future. Whatever we leave is what they receive. And if it's good for them. If it's bad for them. Now, would you want to give someone as wonderful and as lovely and as beautiful and as talented as this young lady and your sons and daughters anything less than that? Of course you wouldn't. So let's not do it. Let's wake up. Tell them to wake up.
Wake up.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Papa, in that middle picture right there, that's me when I was at my preschool.
That's right.
We were
That's
taking
right.
pictures.
Mm-hmm. Now let me get back to my show now, okay?
I need to type them.
Okay, I'll be through in a second, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, my point is, my underlining point is this. For me, I'm sharing what I share with you because to me it is wonderful. The outcome of it is wonderful. I know that there are people who, since the beginning of time, have determined that the only way that they can be successful is to outsmart others. Part of the body outsmarting the other part of the body. And because no one are familiar with the fact that they together are a body, they keep playing the losing game. they keep playing the losing game. But they're playing the losing game because they lost the knowledge of the body. They lost the knowledge of the body. They became individualistic. This is what that lie was all about. When he started talking about being special, royalty, popes, kings, and queens, and all these kinds of things, that represents superiority and is connected to a lifeline that goes all the way back to the beginning of time, which says you can be better than they are. All you have to do is to walk this path. And that path was a path of lying, cheating, stealing, killing, and doing anything that's necessary to get you away. But being smart about it, doing it step by step in time, because people are not necessarily stupid. Some things are just natural. And until they've been brainwashed, until they've been programmed and influenced to become what they are truly not, they will stand against hypocrisy. They will stand against mediocrity. They will stand against lies. But the deeper they get into the mud, the more difficult it is to wiggle. And the deeper, then wiggling begins to stop. And the next thing you know, you're stuck in the mud. Every now and then it rains, and when it rains, the mud gets a chance to loosen up. The rain is nothing but a little edge of truth that comes to an aching heart that says, I come to relieve the pain. I come to help set you free so the life that you dream can become more than just a dream. It can become real, and you know it can become real because you see yourself taking step by step in making it real. The dream that you had becomes a reality in your life. It becomes a reality because now you know that everything that you cannot do is being done by somebody else, because it is their business and your business to do what we've been given to do. The program anew, in doing so, that which we desire would be the fruit of our actions, and we could see the love, I say, of God. So, we talking about the Illuminatis, and we talking about the world coming to an end, and we talking about billions being killed and slaughtered. All these things on the road to where we are going will happen. And if we continue to know that it'll happen because we are seeing the signs, and we're just waiting time out until it does happen, my friends, it will happen. And while many of you will be waiting for someone to raise you in the sky, you would go through a lot of this hell right here. But there's something that's magnificent about foreknowledge. There's something magnificent to have the ability, the wherewithal to make a choice to not only stay away and deny the coming on of such an end, but creating from this a new beginning that's leading us straight down the path of everything we've ever hoped for, everything we've ever dreamed for. And every man, woman, child, black, white, men, women, American, and everybody will know we are the body of God. The body of God. And we ourselves would defeat anything that would come to destroy, as everybody who put their lives on the line for what they believed in have given evidence that they have defeated that which would destroy. Well, I really didn't plan to go that long, but I hope it was worthwhile to some. Bye-bye.